Hello, Hola, Konnichiwa, Salaam, Ciao Namaste. Peace to all. This is Soulology, the science of the soul. And we did not finish this up. I didn't forget, but I hadn't made time to finish this, the rest of what we were discussing about the manipulations of different senses. I didn't finish it, but I do want to keep finishing this. We do only have two more, and the last two, of course, one of them being is the one we're talking about today, which has to do with this. The manipulation of your senses, your sense of smell. And what we're first going to go over is what does the sense of smell do in the first place? For many of us, we understand this. Some of us might not understand it, who knows. But this is just merely a basics of understanding. The sense of smell, what it does is allow you to smell certain things around you. This smell, as you would say, could have a very delightful smell. It could have a sweet smell. It could have a very desirable smell that you enjoy smelling. It could have a horrid smell. It could smell like trash, a skunk. It could smell like rotten fruit or meat or whatever it is out there that you smell. In a sense, it can be anything. The smell is designed for you to understand certain things and be alert of certain things around you. And these things can be something you desire to eat, maybe something telling you of danger, maybe something telling you to take something outside because it smells bad. It can have a variety of reasons. But this does work with another part of who you are, in a sense. So, at its highest sense, before we even get into that, at its highest sense, first of all, what it can do is simply this. You would be amazed at how deeply you can smell if you could understand your nose, in a sense. You would be able to smell certain areas where there might be a ground and you might smell salt, or you might smell ocean water from distance away and you're not even near ocean water. You might smell maybe manure. You might smell something that smells like sulfur or similar to it. You might smell any of those things. These are merely examples of what you could smell. What I mean simply by this, you are capable of smelling things at long distances more than you might imagine. Just like other animals can smell certain things at a distance, you are capable of it. But it does take training and understanding of self to get to that point, to heighten your senses, in a sense. Heightening your senses allows you to feel that type of energy. There are many ways you can do this, of course. Like I said, meditation is one of them. One of the main ways you can do that. Taking care of your health. For many, it could even be, I've heard from many, being raw vegan, in a sense, where your energy is completely different. There are many varieties. Again, these are only three. The reason why I'm mentioning these three as an example, just like everything else I've said, because you have to do the research yourself as well on all of this. But these are just three. But you are capable of doing the same thing one way or another. Do the research and you'll be amazed at what you're able to do. That's what it can do at its highest sense. Now, how exactly is it manipulated, in a sense? And what did I mean earlier by it works with another sense of who you are? Your nose, or your sense of smell, works along with your eyes many of times due to the fact of, for example, when you see something on TV, and perhaps you've seen it before, and you can just smell what it tastes like and whatnot. And this has been done before. I believe I've discussed this, where a scientist did this with dogs, where pretty much he would have food ready and he would ring a bell. Of course, the bell would bring the dogs. The smell of the food would make them salivate. Certain things you see on TV, certain colors, especially red, which is connected to the root chakra of who you are, your pleasure chakra in any sense, will allow you to feel pleasure and hunger for something. Feed the body, give the body what it wants, in a sense. And that is what you do when you smell that. On top of that, it allows you, actually, it works with three parts of what you actually have. What it goes through, first of all, is your eyes, because you see this. It can go through your ears because you're hearing this, but the colors are what phase your eyes most of the time. It goes through your eyes, and then you may think about it. Maybe it's a commercial with a sandwich, a burger, some fries, a shake or something, and you just can smell it within yourself. You create it through just simple thought, and all of a sudden you may salivate. What does this all mean in a sense? We have no control over certain things we smell and believe that I need that thing right now because I'm hungry or whatnot, so that's what we grab. We may simply be manipulated by how someone looks, in a sense, too. And because of what has been shown to us, the status quo on TV, it may be a belief that due to how a person looks, they must smell that way too. And what do I mean by that exactly? Sorry. What I mean by that is simply, for example, like a homeless person. Due to what our status quo and understanding of homeless person is, that they are less than human in a sense, and that they are crazy, we may also think on top of that that they smell horrible. Truth be told, we don't know their life, we don't know what happened to them and whatnot, but we immediately judge them as lesser than. This also doesn't just happen with homeless, this happens with many other people as well, but this is just merely one example. But we do that. And we're manipulated because we go follow a status quo of what something says. We follow a status quo when it comes to food, that I have to have this because it smells so good, or you couldn't live life without this food because it smells so good and whatnot. But you have to realize that you have full control over your body. Many of us feel we don't have any control over our body and how it works and functions and whatnot, but everything works. Even though it works on its own, in a sense, you do have control of it, but you have to understand the world within self to understand the world outside of self. You have to make that choice in understanding all that goes on around you and realize that it's up to you on how you act, think, or see things. It's perception. You have to be willing to choose to have control of who you are, because even outside everything, you have control of self. So, the next topic is just simply this. Observation will stop manipulation of anything. Observe everything that goes on around you. Observe the things you smell. Observe, of course, the things you see, as we had talked about earlier. And observe what you feel. Observe what you choose, and realize that no matter what you choose anyways, each thing has a consequence one way or another. No matter how minor or how large it is, in a sense. What you choose could be maybe red meat. And yes, red meat may later on down the line cause a harmful disease or cancer or heart attack, so on and so forth. That's just the simple truth. Or you could smell, of course, you can even be vegan in a sense, and you could smell certain things that you enjoy, but if you keep eating them, they can sometimes be harmful, because there are things that aren't even clean that vegans do eat as well that can be harmful to the body one way or another. So we eat them anyways. And it's just understanding those things. Even the people around you, like the homeless person I just said, maybe the way they smell or whatnot, or another person, give or take where they're coming from and whatnot, how they smell and whatnot. Understanding that manipulation, getting past the status quo, and getting to understanding who you are. In conclusion, we have to be willing to understand what the sense is of smell, which allows you to smell everything. And that at its highest, you can smell certain things from certain distances and so on and so forth. That the manipulation is due to two parts, which is what you see and what you smell, allowing you to think in certain ways, and sometimes falls by the status quo at times, and just simply observing everything to get past, bypass manipulation of the sense, because you have control of self. You are beautiful, you are amazing, you are divine, you are magnificent, you are the gods, the goddesses, and the creators within. So, to everybody out there, Realize that to know thyself is to know the creator within. And to everybody out there, have a good morning, a great afternoon, and a fantastic evening. Peace and namaste.